On this episode of Nerd Space Gaming News, it looks like we're going to have a Resident Evil day because Resident Evil 4 Remake releases in just about 12 days, and we got a lot of news to unpack for Resident Evil. Some of it's going to be good, and some of it really, really bad, especially for me. It's a sad, sad day for Ruben. Roll the clip. Thank you for clicking on this episode of Nerd Space Gaming News. I am your host, Ruben, and I'm here to talk about some gaming news with you guys, of course. But before I do, as always, gotta remind you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And trust me, I'm gonna need it after this video. That's right, guys, because I have some bad news and some good news regarding everything and anything Resident Evil. We're gonna start with the bad news first and talk about the fact that I'm no longer getting my collector's edition of Resident Evil 4 Remake. It's a sad, sad day. That's right, guys, you heard right. I am not getting my copy, and it's mainly just because, if you haven't seen it on the internet already, GameStop canceled all in-store orders for Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition, which is unfortunate for me because I was not able to pick up an online copy. I tried hitting up GameStop, Best Buy, all the normal, venues to try to get a Collector's Edition. And when I realized I missed out on all of them, I decided to call my local GameStop, and they told me they actually had it. So I was really excited. I was so happy when I got this news that I was actually going to be able to get my Collector's Edition. Then, thanks to the tweet from Wario64, we get an update how GameStop apparently announces that any in-store orders for the Collector's Edition were canceled immediately. And of course, I didn't believe it at first. I saw this and I'm like, you know what? There's still a chance I didn't get any kind of notification from GameStop. Maybe they didn't consider me. Maybe they didn't think of me. I was just going through every scenario where I lucked out and somehow I would still get my Collector's Edition. So of course, after hearing that, I call GameStop's customer service line and I get the bad news that I lost my Collector's Edition. Like I said, a very sad day for me. I am no longer getting that. So, of course, I went ahead and just pre-ordered the Resident Evil 4 Remake Deluxe Edition from a different venue. GameStop did try to give me. They try to say, hey, you should take some of your credit and go and buy the regular version of Resident Evil 4. And I said, you GameStop, no way in hell I'm actually getting that copy from you guys. I'm not giving you my money anymore. You guys just screwed me over. Why would I give you my money? But I am curious how many people were affected by this. Leave it in the comments. Let me know if you're one of those people that were affected by this horrible, horrible twist of fate and this horrible bad luck. I really want to know how many of you guys got screwed over by GameStop with this. And now with all the bad news out of the way, let's talk about some of the good news regarding Resident Evil. Starting with Resident Evil Death Island. It's an animated movie that they are making that's supposed to release this summer, actually. And it's bringing back a lot of amazing characters, including Chris Redfield, Leon Kennedy, and Jill Valentine. And I saw the first trailer and I assumed that Jill wasn't going to be like in the main story, that maybe because of the costume she was wearing, because she was wearing her Resident Evil 3 attire. So I assumed, okay, well, maybe it's just a flashback scene. No, it's actually, like, Capcom announced that Jill is coming back into the story. Like, she's going to be heavily involved in the story of the movie. So that has me really excited. I can't wait to check this movie out. Not to mention, there was a little teaser in there for Rebecca. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's like a little coffee cup with her name on it and someone wearing a lab coat. It reminded me of the scene back in, I think it was Resident Evil Vendetta, I believe was the one that she was in. So I am really excited to see this movie. The anime movies have been amazing, far superior to the live action movies. So I'm really excited to check out this new installment, especially since it's going to be the first interaction that we see visually between Jill and Leon. But let me know in the comments, are you guys excited for this animated movie? And in our last bit of news, we're going to take a look at Resident Evil 4 Remake. As it turns out, we did get that demo just like I predicted during the Capcom showcase. And it's about 15-20 minutes of a playthrough. On my first playthrough, I got through it roughly about 15-16 minutes. Now, honestly, coming into this game, I was a little bit nervous. I mean, I was excited because it's Resident Evil, and Resident Evil 4 was good. But at the same time, I'm not as big of a fan as Resident Evil 4 as most people are. Mainly because this was the turn to action and away from the survivor horror aspect. So I was a little nervous coming into this one because this was the first game that kind of like set the trail leading up to Resident Evil 6. And we all know how that one turned out. But I gotta say, after playing this demo, I'm really shocked and I'm really loving the direction they're going. If you guys haven't checked out this demo yet, please check it out. But basically, you can tell they bring a lot more of the original horror and survivor horror like aspect into this game just based off of a couple scenes in the demo, specifically the basement scene. You'll know what I'm talking about when you get there, but that just shows me that they're going to bring back that scare factor that Resident Evil always had back in the day before they switched to that action aspect. And I think it's going to be just as good, if not better, than the Resident Evil 2 remake. So I'm really excited for this game. The demo was amazing, but apparently there's a random encounter where you can unlock Mad Chainsaw mode, which is basically makes the game more difficult, relocates some of the enemies, and then apparently the chainsaw guy, the El Salvador, he's on fire. Again, I haven't seen this for myself. I've just heard stories about it. I'm going to play the demo a few more times, so I'm sure if it pops up, I'll let you guys know. But let me know in the comments, what did you guys think of this demo? Did you guys enjoy it? Are you guys excited for Resident Evil 4, and are you picking it up? And please don't let me know if you're picking up the collector's edition. But that does it for this episode of Nerd Space. Thanks again for joining me today. And again, if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button if you really like this video, and share this video with your friends and family. And as always, guys, take care, and I'll see you on the next Nerd Space.